Hi, this is Neil at Italiaautos. Finally got new parts to fit today. Going to be fitting the oil cooler. I'm also going to be bleeding the clutch up to see if we can get it moving around under its own steam. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe, and let's get cracking. Got the oil cooler from another well-known Alfa specialist. I've fitted a few of these in the past. They are relatively straightforward to do. I think the hardest part's getting into the box. So in here should be all the connectors. Yes, there we go. One oil cooler itself. One oil cooler mounting instructions, a couple of mounting brackets, and the all important pipe work. Normally be doing this on a ramp, but I've got a car stuck on my ramp at the moment, so that's how come I'm managing to get this done while I'm waiting for parts. Right, so first thing I'm going to do is mount the oil cooler itself. I've now taken the front bumper off and also loosened off the mount. As you can see, the oil cooler you're supplied with isn't quite as wide as what it was originally. So you do have to sort of make yourself some mounts out of these to get it to fit properly. It would be nice if they supplied you with the proper mount rather than these, but you do have to pay extra for it. So what I need to do now is fashion a mount out of these and make them fit. Several people I've seen on the internet have done it in all different ways. What I'm probably going to do is secure it at the bottom here, bend it round, and then make it fit in so it can fit and bolt it to there, and then there won't be much movement going on there at all. So right, let's get this over to the bench and we'll start securing it all together. Okay, right, what I'm going to do now is just roughly measure this so I know where to bend it. Okay, now measure the line. Now I'm going to pop it in the vise and just bend it over. Okay, there we go. That is actually pretty sturdy as it is, but what I want to do is make another bit to go across the top there, just to get it a little bit more secure. I'm also going to bring this over one as well. Let's just try that. Typically that nut's just spinning, so I'm going to have to repair that at some point. Right, so this is just a test fit here, so not going to do any more with that at the moment. I'm now going to move on to the pipe work and get those fitted there. For those that have watched in the last few episodes, you know that I've already cut the oil cooler off because it was leaking quite badly and getting in the way. So I have already cut the pipes to length. So what I'm going to do now is clean the ends of the pipes up so I can get the connectors on. This one's a little bit rusty, but that one's nice and clean. So I'm just going to use some sandpaper on it just to clean it up a bit. Okay, I'm now giving it a good sanding down. These are the first connectors that we need to fit. They do have little washers in them with a beveled edge, so you do need to make sure they go in the right way round. Connectors on the ends. remember what should happen, we need to screw these onto here. I'm just doing it all loose at the moment just to give you an idea of the setup. Once you've done that part and tightened them all up, you then need to do your seals. And now the pipe will go on the end of here, and then that will just screw onto there. There we go, nice loose fitting now. Pull the ends off the top here. These two ends will go on here. Okay, so what I need to do now, I need to measure the length of the pipe and also make sure that it will fit with no kinks in it. So there is about right. I've just lost it. About there. Probably be a little bit shorter, to be honest, but that's fine. So let's cut that off. Nicely, that's one done. And the second one to here. So there we go, we've now got two pipes. So what we need to do now is take these ends back off. Now they're off, believe it or not, we now need to go and boil the kettle. Okay, just waiting for the kettle to finish boiling now, and now we need to dunk the ends of the pipework into the kettle and let them boil for a minute just to heat the rubber up so we can then slide them over the end of the connectors. So make sure your mommy and daddy are on hand when you do this so you don't scald yourself. Submerge the ends in the kettle for a couple of minutes. You do want a glove handy because they are going to be very hot. Turn the kettle off. I've now had a couple of minutes in there to get nice and hot. You've got to be pretty quick so they don't cool down. Put the end on. Fingers could work in these gloves. Push it on all the way down. As you can see, not quite gone on all the way, so I'm going to dip it in the kettle again to get it that bit warmer and try again. Okay, that's two ends done now. Let's move on to the other two sides now. Now what you'll find with the other side is there's too much movement to get a good purchase on it. So what I do is I use a smaller socket in the hole, and then hopefully we should just be able to push it over without hitting myself in the nuts. So there we go, that's another one fitted. So let's do the last one. There we go, that's all four done now. So let's finish the kettle off and go and pop them on the car. Okay, now we need to tighten the ends of these up. It's a 27 and a 23mm spanner. So make sure these are permanently pushed right the way to the end and start tightening them up. And there you go, that's permanently attached on there now. And just for the last one now. There we go, two done. With my pipes. Got a little dab of thread lock on each one. Now, one thing it doesn't say on the internet at all is where these washers go. I've tried to work out from pictures on the website and looking through the instructions they give you, and it doesn't tell you where they go. The only two places they will fit will either be here or here. I am going to assume they're going to be here rather than anywhere else. So if I am wrong, please let me know, and if you are the company you buy these from, it would be nice if you could let me know. We finally found one of the spiders in the car. Pop him to one side. There you go. Go away, little spider. See what I mean about these washers? They don't actually seem to do anything, so I am at a loss as to where they are. But yeah, we're all nice and tight now. A couple of cable ties around here. I do still need to make that a little bit more sturdier and fix that there. But yeah, what you need to do now is let the engine turn over for a little bit and let the oil circulate. Check your oil level, and hopefully we're ready to go. It has already had an oil change, so the oil's all nice and clean. I have made sure that all the pipe work was cleaned out before I put it back together. So yeah, hopefully we're all done now and we can run the car without worrying about lack of oil circulation. Oil level now checked, and that's all fine now. Okay, we now got it running up to temperature now. No major issues. Idle's a little bit wobbly. I'm assuming that's because we need to change these seals down here. So some of those are going to get ordered and we're going to change those. I also want to disconnect the airbox and give that a clean out, because that's probably got a lot of debris in it from over the years. We're getting a vibration from the exhaust. I'm assuming it's going to be a heat shield drop down or something like that. So it can be quite intermittent. There's also quite a bit of water in the exhaust, as you can see, from the upwards pointing tailpipes. Yeah, let's have a look underneath. Yeah, it's a heat shield rattling there, so we're going to have to secure that up somewhere. but that can wait until we get it on the ramp next. So right, let's give you a rev so you can hear the exhaust and the engine note. You see temperature's staying where it should be. The time's all wrong, and we've still got to get that fuel pump out again and have a look at why we're not getting a register on the fuel gauge. We've got to sort the airbag light out again because I've moved the seat with the ignition on, so the lights come back on again. So yeah, you can feel the unevenness of the idle, but as soon as you pick the revs up, it's perfectly nice and steady. So we just got a little bit of air coming in where we don't really want on that. So there we go, we have a running GTV, and now we need to try and get it moving. Right, we now have clutch, so let's see if it will move under its own steam. And there we go, we have a running and driving GTV. 11 years since this car has moved under its own power. Just had a mess with the fuel pump. The gauge level float was stuck underneath the bottom of the pump, I think. So I've now moved it. It should be free. So let's put the ignition on and we'll see what happens. And there we go. We now have a fuel level. Perfect. So there we go, running and driving GTV. It's only taken me 10 months to get it into this stage. So now we need to fix all the little niggly faults and all the faults that have been caused for it standing for 11 years. So it's had new wishbones already. It's going to need new anti-roll bar links. If I can get upper mounts, it's probably going to want some upper mounts. Hopefully the shockers are okay. It's probably going to need new bushes throughout the rear end. So that's going to be a nice expense. Hopefully the brakes are going to clean up because they're not that bad. Brake fluid's now been changed. So what's the next stage then? It's either going to be bodywork or sort out all the other little niggles first to get an MOT on it. I think probably the better choice would be to get the MOT on it first, just to see what else needs doing to it. So yeah, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode.